Why do gay men often have these gay voices? I'm gay, and I can say that the main reason I didn't hang around with other boys as a child was because I was constantly bullied for acting different, for having different interests, and simply being a more sensitive child. Today I have a soft, higher-pitched voice, and I most definitely didn't actively work towards it. I assume it's due to the fact that at the ages where my adult voice was developing, I mostly talked to girls, and subconsciously I must have copied their pitches, ending up with a naturally higher speaking voice. It's not that I'm incapable of speaking in a lower, more manly voice. It's just more comfortable for me to place my voice higher. It's kind of a curse. I can't answer the phone at work without actively changing my voice before I speak, otherwise I am always misgendered as a woman without fail. Don't know if this helped or answered the question. It's just my interpretation of the situation based on my experience. Ditto on this. I have a gay friend, and I've known him for a long time, since childhood, and he was always been more feminine, rather hanged out with girls than with guys, and he had that voice you are talking about. He came out few years ago now, but I never had courage to ask him this neither. There was a great article in a US news magazine a while back, maybe The Atlantic, in which the author bemoans the lack of gay-sounding voice, among other factors, in this new breed of gay bros he was seeing in New York City. They were totally gay, completely open about being gay, but didn't do any of the things you were supposed to do to indicate you were gay, like talking a certain way. He wrote about how frustrating that was for him at first, but then he had to start questioning his assumptions about gay performance and identity. And in a moving conclusion, he realizes that this is the future. The past struggles of his generation made it possible for people in the present to be whatever they want to be. And that's awesome. So, I think what you are talking about is pretty much a conscious thing for most people, but is also a pretty narrow slice of the gay world these days. My voice is pretty deep. People don't believe I'm queer because of it. Great documentary on Netflix a while back. I think it's called, Do I Sound Gay? I'd say it's a bit of confirmation bias. A bit because they've hung around girls most of their life and subconsciously change the pitch of their voice. Tons of gay people don't have the cliché voice, but you probably never know they're gay. I know I had a feminine voice and was lispy as a child, and do not know why or how this came to be. I also know this because I was put into intense speech therapy to modify how I presented myself, and was in dental hardware to change the shape of the roof of my mouth. This was in the 80s through my elementary school years. My dad was not going to have a lispy gay kid. Now he has a successful gay son with a beautiful husband and life. Wish I could go back in time and hug elementary school me over and over and let him know that he is perfect just the way he is, and to always remember that hugging face. Most gays you don't know are gay. It's just the flamboyant types you really notice, and that's where the high soft voice culture come from. It doesn't have anything to do with sexuality, just more of a need for belonging and identity. There was a documentary on this a while ago. The Sound of Gay, I think it was. Interesting. Is it because they changed their voices after coming out so people notice they are gay? Most gay guys who have the gay voice already had it since they were young. Why would a prepubescent kid need to announce his sexuality? For obvious reasons. Effeminate gay guys who are in the closet have to hide the voice. It's the reason why the gay voice only comes out after they come out. It's not they develop the voice after coming out. It's always been there. It's called code switching. I haven't come out yet, so I suppress the feminine elements of my speaking voice when I'm around people who I think are potentially homophobic. It's really hard for me to emulate how a masculine straight man sound, so I just go for monotone lol. Do they actively work on getting a higher, softer voice? Or does it come by itself? That's just how I sound. Gay voice is essentially how female speech patterns would sound like if a male uses it. I've read a comment somewhere on Reddit where they edited a voice recording of a woman to make it low pitch, and the result sounded like that of an effeminate gay man's voice. Also, the fact that a lot of gay guys who have it attempt to get rid of it. Try searching how to get rid gay voice on gay subs. Proves that it isn't put on. And as to why we have it, I would agree with the commenter about hanging around girls growing up. I like to think of femininity and masculinity as like native language that we learn through proximity and exposure. Don't forget there are tons and tons of gay men with normal sounding man-type voice as well. As another user said, it's mostly confirmation bias. Most gay guys don't have that voice. So you would never know they are gay just by hearing them speak. The ones that speak like that, though, you can immediately tell. What I've noticed, it's almost exactly like how girls talk and behave. It's just more noticeable when it's a man doing it. People copy people around them. And the people you are referring to mostly hang out with girls. That's the toupee fallacy in action. Some gay men are camp. Others are not. I only found out a friend of mine was openly gay when, during conversation, he dropped, "I think my mum would have been happy if I was hiding girls from here when I was 16. I have a gay voice, and I hate it. It's definitely not voluntary. If there was a surgery to change it, I would take it." Some of these answers are just ridiculous. A man doesn't develop a female voice hanging out with women. Among other mentioned reasons, it also is selection bias. You mostly hear their voices and find out they're gay. But that accepts all the other gays with a non-gay voice. I've often wondered this myself, thinking face. Tim Dillon is a comedian who you'd never believe is gay. Regular masculine voice. Hilarious fellow. It's because of gay characters portrayed in film and television. I've made friends with several guys who are openly gay over the years, and they've all expressed a distaste towards those queer types that feel they need to play up to that queer stereotype. I'm sure it's exhausting. Lots of gay men feel a need to act extra feminine and put on the charade of having quick, witty one-liner remarks to just about anything or anyone. All thanks to TV and films. It's also hilarious how no matter how young a gay movie or television character is, they're always given this incredible wealth of wisdom and knowledge that no one their age could possibly have. And they serve as witty, over-the-top advisors to the main protagonists.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.